all having a good day. So, it seems that the woke Little Mermaid that they did, live action, may have had a budget that soared to $300 million, more than doubling its losses at the box office. So this is a report that comes from Bounding into Comics. Shout out to John F. Trent, the author. So let's get into it. A new report details that recently released Little Mermaid production budget soared to over $300 million instead of the previously reported $250 million estimate. Variety initially reported the film cost around $250 million to produce in their coverage of the film's opening weekend box office woes. Elise Schaefer and Pat Saperstein wrote, with a $250 million production budget, The Little Mermaid must bait box office success in order to make a reasonable return. Well, we already knew that there was a lot of controversy before this film, and that a lot of people were not going to watch it because of the unnecessary race swaps and the unnecessary changes that they made to the film. However, a new report from Carolyn Reed at Forbes reveals the film's budget swelled to nearly $300 million by the end of August last year, 8 months before the movie opened. Reed's report is based off the filings of the United Kingdom, where she uncovered that the film's production company was filed under the Walt Disney subsidiary Sandcastle Pictures. Those filings also showed that Disney did receive a roughly $46 million tax rebate, or euro tax rebate, which converts to $56.8 million. That means the net budget would decline to $240.2 million. However, the net estimate might actually be low, given her calculations appear to not factor in any kind of currency exchange or inflation, given the cost of Little Mermaid's production going back to 2019. On top of that, it's possible another report could also come in adding additional costs, given the last report was from August 2022. And the film did not arrive until theaters until May 2023. Reed does note that this filing does not include other post-production costs, which can range in the tens of millions of dollars. Nevertheless, if you use Reed's rough estimate in the production budget, clocking it in at $297 million after converting from €243.5 million, the film's losses more than double what many estimates had for the film using $250 million estimate. So that's gonna hurt Disney even more. I mean, their losses this year are well over $1 billion right now from movies. According to the numbers, Little Mermaid made only $569.1 million worldwide, with the $298.1 million coming from North America, while $270.9 million came from various international markets. Also, folks, I am sorry for my voice. I've been coughing a lot, so yeah. Using the $250 million production budget, the film needs to gross at least $625 million to break even. Obviously, the film did not do that, and thus estimates its losses came in at just shy of $60 million. However, if you adjust for the production budget to the new $297 million provided by the UK government, the break-even point was $742.5 million. Thus, the losses have also increased to $127.8 million. That's over double, yeah. That's also using a conservative factor of the 2.5 timetable, the film's production budget. Star Trek actor and film producer Simon Pegg previously indicated that Star Trek's film needed to make 3 times their production in order to be profitable. He said, "The fact is, Star Trek movies don't make Marvel money. They make maybe $500 million at most. And to make one now, on the scale they've set themselves is 200 million. You have to make 3 times that to make a profit. It actually needs to make 3 times the film's production budget. The Little Mermaid needed to gross at least 891 million to break even. Its losses would then come to $180 million. So yeah, all of this really does hurt Disney. And I'm all for Disney hurting financially. It does suck that the more mundane workers suffer because of it. However, Disney is propping themselves up as too big to fail. So they need to fail in order to get the reality check. YouTuber Mr. H Reviews reacted to this new production budget and shared his thoughts on what it means for The Little Mermaid. This bombed. This absolutely bombed. A staggering waste of money. Absolutely unreal. Absolutely obscene. Absolutely obscene. He later added, so this lost cash, a considerable amount of cash, a lot of money. Not good. Absolutely abysmal. Woeful, in fact. What do you make of this new report? Detailing the production budget was nearly 300 million, thus more than doubling how much the money the film lost. As I said, the more Disney loses money, the better. They need to understand that losing this much money is not a good business venture. They also need to understand the causes of what is making them lose so much money. This diversity, equity, and inclusion shit, which has very segregationalist undertones that are very overt, really, is what's causing you all to lose money, because you are turning your back on the larger audience. You are catering to an American minority, which is all of the different minorities, including blacks and Hispanics. Now, while it is true that Caucasians are the global minority, we are the majority in the American market. Now, I'm not saying you need to cater to one side or the other, but I think that it is a problem when people are so shallow that they feel they can't identify with someone unless they are the same skin color, you know? There's no affirmation that is needed. What you really should teach your kids and stuff is that you can identify with somebody through their virtues and their morals. That is not something that this movie taught. This movie said you can only identify with Ariel if you're black. That is what the actress herself was basically saying. I couldn't identify with people because most of them weren't my skin color. Well, that's a paraphrase, really, because she was talking about it during the promotionals. And then she also said how much she did feel like Ariel, so she kind of contradicted herself. But anyway, folks, that's the video on this. The more they lose, the more people will realize that maybe Disney's not worth investing in. I mean, they're already getting sued by their investors and shareholders. So, yeah. Here's hoping that Disney does go into debt and receive the reality check they so desperately need. Because then maybe, just a very slim maybe, they might return to wanting to entertain everyone instead of just those who are a part of their hive mind. Anyway, folks, that's the video. You all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. What do you think? Do you think Disney needs to lose it all in order to get the point? Or do you think that they would never learn the point? Let me know all your thoughts, folks. This has been Orange Hat. You all have a wonderful day. Always remember, stay humble.